Now you stepping out of your lane once again, so I might have to...
Big apology for the delay of the upload. It was not on purpose at all, even though my schedule will continue to be a bit erratic. I'm working on a lot behind the scenes plus this video. Also thank you for the support on the last video. 1k views in less than 24 hours is insane to me. So shout out to you guys, and I hope you'll stick around for the ride only up from here. Gang.
Yeah, I got the bonnet on this video, bruh. I've been at war with my hair for like the past few days. I'm annoyed with it. I'm about to cut it soon, bruh. Next time I get my hair cut, bro, it's gone. Well, not gone, but like I'm not cutting off all my hair. Just like I'm getting it down a bit shorter, bro. Like it's too much to deal with. It's too much to deal with. But that's either here or there. Y'all don't really care about my problems, right? An amalgamation of broken info. I have figured out how to make the spins or something close to it. Thing is, when I started sound designing, one of the first tutorials I watched was how to make a Beethoven 808. I am Music Mogul. Very good video, very easy to understand. That really got me sound designing and whatnot. And then I kind of had the thought, yo, the Beethoven 808 is pretty easy to make. The spins gotta kind of be easy to make too. And which in one way, the methods they probably used to make it were probably easy. Figuring out what they use to make it, as in oscillators, noise layers, stuff like that, was a bit of a process. That's kind of what I'm gonna be talking about in this video. Every tutorial I watched on how to design the Spinz 808 was not accurate at all. They had parts that were like somewhat like, you know what I mean, but it all didn't like, it didn't sound like it. It just had like the punch of it, just the initial like attack somewhat, not the tone or like the texture of the noise layer. Finding the noise layer and the oscillators used is a bit of a hassle, a bit of a struggle, but I'm the one to figure out how to get it the closest. It's not exact, like I already know like it's not exact, but in the sense of 1-to-1, it's like 0.9 to 1, you know what I'm saying? Like I'm like 95% of the way there. It would just be minute changes that would change like pretty much like part of the 808. And without further ado, y'all, I'll present to y'all how I make the Spinz 808 from scratch in serum. I'm gonna start this off by clarifying something I saw in my research. I saw some people kind of debating over the origins of who created the Spinz 808. And one thing I saw a lot is talking about the Roland TR-808. A lot of people were editing that sound specifically, but it's not just about that sound. Shout out Ikutaro, or Ikutaro, I think, yeah, Ikutaro, rest in peace. His influence transcends just the 808, so we can't just talk about Ikutaro. That would be like a complete separate thing. Like he created Roland, you know what I mean, bro? Bottom line, he introduced us to the 808s that we know and love today. But for the Spinz alone, that doesn't cut it, because the TR-808 is completely different from the Spinz in its tonality and the way that it hits in its coloration and its noise layer. The regular TR-808 doesn't even have a noise layer. I'm gonna let DJ Spinz talk about the origin of the Spinz 808, in case y'all haven't heard it already.
True story. I got a kit from Sunny Digital, and it was like probably, I want to say 2009. I had went to his crib, and then he gave me some sounds or whatever. Like I was just starting to fuck with FL, and it was a kit, and it had a bunch of B-Weezy 808s in it, and like it had B-Weezy 808, I think maybe to like 10 or 11, and then it had a couple more 808s. It had a Spinz 808 in the kit. You know what I'm saying? So like, I found out later that B-Weezy was making those kits. And yes, it was an 808 that I had used in songs before.
Sunny Digital had basically gave DJ Spinz a kit with a bunch of B-Weezy 808s in them, as you can see on the screen. There's some of them right here from that kit. Some of them were from a later date. I'm gonna show the screenshot of the other B-Weezy kit with the photos that have like these different 808s and stuff in them. You can find the B-Weezy kit on Reddit still, I'm pretty sure. Legendary kit, it has so many of the different trap sounds that like are popular today. B-Weezy is the creator of the Spinz 808 as claimed by DJ Spinz himself. And when I show you the sounds that Sunny Digital had gave over to DJ Spinz with pretty much the same noise layer, bro, then you will see that it's clear as day that he created the shit. Check it out. And that's pretty much every 808 from that kit I could find with that noise layer. And yeah, man, it's him. It's him, undisputed. For it to be anybody else would be kind of crazy. Here's where problems arise and why I can't get it exact. So look, two main issues I've been trying to solve with trying to get this 1-to-1 is noise layer and the oscillator beat. Being that right now it sounds like this. Little editor's note here, I had to switch some things around and make it sound a bit better. I switched some things around. I switched the FM noise to the oscillator A, and I did FM from A to oscillator B instead. Messed with the noise layer a little bit. Did some different modulation, added some new shit. I'm gonna put all of it on the screen, either right now or a little bit later in the video whenever I decide. I haven't really got to editing like that yet, just a little bit, and I just know I didn't like how it fully sounded when I did the video, so I just want to put this in to let y'all know that like I am like still working on it. And I don't know when this video is necessarily gonna come out, but I do know that I'm still working on the spins. It's still subject to change by the time the Speaker Breakers mini kit comes out. So yeah, things are still subject to change. Just wanted to put this in here just to show y'all. And yeah, challenges are still oscillator B and the noise layer, by the way. When you listen to the TCE spins, right, it sounds like this. So it's not exactly 1-to-1, right? So right now I'm trying to get the right noise layer and I'm trying to figure out how to maneuver oscillator B. You know what I'm saying? Those have been my main challenges, but I'm gonna get into how I kind of figured out part of the noise layer because I'm still trying to like I'm finessing it, bro. How I kind of basically figured out how to get to this point of the spins, right? I'm scrolling through, looking through tutorials, bro. I'm going through all of the tutorials I possibly can in the world, bro. And there was one that caught my eye in particular. It was using ChatGPT to remake the Spins 808. And the end result wasn't necessarily piss poor, but it wasn't accurate. The thing that I took away from this video was to use ChatGPT for my research as well. I ended up putting this prompt into ChatGPT.
I edited part of this wrong, fuck my life, here are the screenshots.
But I ran into one issue, like it was all fine and dandy as I was making it, but the noise layer, they said in the noise layer, it's white noise. But if you listen to the spins, it's not white noise, right? And this was the part that was stumping me the most, the noise layer, the noise layer, the noise layer. I'm working with different white noises and all that shit, and nothing is working. And after working with all these different white noises and all these different noise layers that are already in Serum, just not working, I go onto YouTube and I just continue to look through. Like I'm on Reddit, I'm on YouTube, I'm looking through everything for this research, bro. I'm going through everything. And then there's another tutorial that caught my eye, bro. And it was using FL stock plugins to make the Spins 808 or something like that. Here is where I kind of found my bright idea for the noise layer. And even though his 808 didn't come out exactly accurate like a Spins 808, the noise layer was the closest thing I've ever heard to the Spins 808. So I took away what I could from the video. And then I basically used the method in his video to create my own noise layers for the spins. After the point where I pretty much saw this video and I'm trying out the noise layer technique and I'm putting it into Serum and I'm like, oh shit, it's pretty close. Pretty much after I did this technique and I put it into Serum and I did my thing, it got to sound similar to the spins as you heard in episode 1. So from that point on, I was just wondering what is the exact noise layer that Beat Weezy used, and to no avail, I could not figure it out. I went through the whole Beat Weezy kit again, front to back, nothing. Maybe there's something I'm missing, bro. There could be something big I'm missing. If there is, I'll make an update, but as of now, this is the closest we got, man. So yeah, that's my spins. I'll have this sound and the other sounds in the Speaker Breakers teaser kit in the description below.
Last time I talked about 909s I gave mini tutorial on how to use them. The official name is called Bass Plus by the way, but today I'm going more in depth with a basic premise and better examples. Inspired by video game sound design assets and animation. When I first made these I had the thought of is there a way to take 808s a step further without it sounding stupid or like another 808, and when I got to designing this was the closest comparison I could draw to it, which was something I was already incorporating in my music. Sounds like a noun doing a verb with an onomatopoeia, which is just a longer way of saying that they sound like animated objects. Creates a different feeling and movement animating the low end. Combines the common traits of an 808, synth bass, and SFX, and it has a sense of familiarity while being completely new. Coming back to normal voice to illustrate this further.
So typically with 808s, they move in a linear direction. As you can see here, I have different attacks drawn. Even with different attacks, their objective is to move forward and to be in your face since they're mono. When it comes to synth basses, people usually think of Reese basses or like the short and punchy Moog basses, so I'm using those as examples. Reese basses, they go whoom, and they usually have like a chorus or like some detune going on. That's what this green line represents, and that's also what the orange line represents in the short and punchy. I also drew a second drawing where there's like a line stopping it instead of an arrow going because they're usually static. You go boom usually, right? That's why I drew it like that. So these drawings, they look a bit crazy, right? But all they represent is the two variations that you'll usually come across when it comes to 909 and Bass Plus. The first one being a very crazy attack with the theatrical sound, or a very simple attack, but it's still very animated. The black line is the direction of the sound, and the other lines are the modulation that you usually wouldn't see in other bass sounds.
The punch and intensity is similar to a 808. It moves like a synth bass and has the qualities of SFX all in one. Has its own sense of life, and play around with the placement, don't spam. Usually an instrument is just an instrument. The way you play it feeds it life. With these sounds there's already a lot to them, so you don't need to do too much. And finally, it's not meant for every beat. If you already have a good pattern going and you can't feel the pocket, don't squeeze it in. How do you use them? Just cut them with your 808s and play around with the placement, simple as that. You can get some crazy results when it comes to sliding them, and you can stretch them to your liking in E3 mono. Now here's some examples. Some people are gonna be quick to write it off and think it's stupid, but I genuinely think this is an opportunity to be a part of something different early on. The teaser kit for Speaker Breakers is in my bio and the preview is right after this segment. You can also buy XER7 in the description if you want to hear the first ones I've made. The video has ended. Like, comment, subscribe, share, and all my links to everything down in the description if you want to support me further. Until next week. Probably not next week, you'll know how I be.
Certified side nigga.
Hey, Monty, show a nigga some love, nigga. Wabbly dabbly. Niggas out here don't love me, nigga.